Welcome everybody to our weekly energy update for empaths and energetically sensitives. My name is Jona Bryndis. I'm a professional energy healer and energy coach. And every week I look into the next week, which starts here on Sunday, July 7th till July 13th. I hope you guys had a good last week. I had the energy barometer on like out of red. And you know that the barometer that you see here is slightly better this week, okay? Just slightly better. So I asked myself if I should even do these barometers anymore, because till the end of the year, guys, it's just going to be really intense energies for us empaths and energetically sensitives. And so I don't want you to look at this as a forecast. I'd rather have you come here and join this live stream that I do so that you guys can comment, that you can let everybody know how you're feeling and how you're dealing with it and what helps you, all right, rather than oh, she said and so forth. It's not that the predictions aren't possible. So predictions are something that come from the future into the present, and those of us who have that skill, like myself, who are trained energy workers, who can read this out. All right, I talk to like 20 to 50 people every day from all over the world, and I can read out what they're already bringing in, and therefore everything that I'm reporting here in these energy reports is actually something that's already happened. So for me, this isn't a forecast anyway. This is more like a report. Energetically sensitives just feel all this come in prior to it manifesting in the collective, in what you see around you. I had issues with Facebook, so I had a little chat here on Instagram and asked how you guys have been perceiving this last week. And many of you know that this is more like the intensity level rather than good or bad. And this week it's just slightly better, but only because we are now beginning to go deeper within. However, it's still pretty intense. And, while everybody's just looking at things such as eclipses or new moons, full moons, and so forth, which I do too, because they are natural amplifiers of these energies. But the thing, though, is, guys, that, like eclipses, they happen twice a year. This isn't anything unusual, okay? Solar eclipse twice a year, and then you have the lunar eclipses sort of framing this in. But this year, we have this pivotal nature to it, and this is what brings in the intensity. And I want to get started here. I think the people on Facebook still can't see me, so I'm just going to let go. This next week is pivotal for all of us. I've mentioned this in the energy forecast for July and also last week. We are getting into this place where things get a little more serious, guys. We see, all gloom. This is not the apocalypse. This is what we all have been waiting for, guys. This is the change of paradigms. And it is happening so slow that we don't realize how this has been going on for 20, 30 years already. But these years here, 2019 and 2020, are those transition years, okay? This is where things are kind of in limbo. And if you see all the things that are being revealed right now, all the things that are very concerning, just understand those have always been there. So just because you're seeing them now doesn't make them any worse. Just because, we are now finding out about some of the things that have been, swept under the rug in the past, doesn't mean that these people or other people, like people, have been doing this all along. So understand that, the energies that you are dealing with right now are the energies of change. And for your ego, this is about the worst case scenario, okay? This trips all your security wires and your alarm systems. And therefore, especially for this coming week, I have to give you a big warning. That's why I called this energy update Stay Present, Speed Bump Ahead. All right, so things have been going really fast in these last weeks, but now you're going to feel a major block. You're going to feel a major barrier come in. And yeah, some of you guys I know are astrologers or like astrology, and you look into things such as Mercury retrograde, and those things, they do affect people. All right, things suddenly breaking, things not working the way they were expected to work. But I want your attention, to go a little away from yourself and a little more into the collective and the bigger picture. The reason why I called this next week decisive or pivotal for you is because you're going to have to make some choices. You're going to have to become proactive. All right, things are going to get a little rough only because your ego is now realizing that its own death is looming, so to speak. All right, when we move into this new paradigm where we fully embody our soul here realm in this physical body, there is no room for excuses, for justifications, for sugarcoating. This is a very strict love, guys. All right, and you'll see this in the political arena. By the way, happy 4th of July to all of you watching from the United States. This is the time where you'll see this. There are a lot of concerning things going on right now, and you don't need to worry about this. Give it another year or two, all right, and it's all going to dissolve into nothingness, and it's going to pave the way for this new generation of people come in with a higher conscious level and integrity that allows us to transcend all this. So our job now is to be this change, okay? We are the ones that we are waiting for. And I talked to you, Instagram audience, here a little bit about this. As empaths of this first wave, as empaths who have been around for 20, 30 years in this, all right, you are now going to become the way showers. Do not go into your coping, guys. This next week will heavily trigger your addictions and your coping mechanisms. All the stuff that has been distracting you from embodying your soul self, from communicating with your true self, and really feeling the strength and the trust in following your soul's purpose. Your addictions are what fog your perception. It's exactly what makes it impossible for you to see the light on a cloudy day. But see, it's so simple, really, when you understand that just because it's a cloudy day, just because it's an eclipse, just because it's nighttime, doesn't mean the sun isn't there. The same applies to your soul, to your light. You cannot lose your soul. You can only neglect, avoid, and shove your soul away. It will always be there. Everything is recorded, guys. And if you are not taking this opportunity to become your soul, all right, then you're going to have to go into repeat. You're going to have to go into, either in this lifetime repeating your karma, or you need several more lifetimes to realize that the soul embodiment is what we all came here for as our deepest soul purpose. So there's a little bit of sense of emergency, sense of urgency coming in here for this next week. And it is serious, guys. This whole spiritual awakening is not just some specialness type of thing, that makes you feel superior or like a chosen one. This is a very hands-on, very real process, okay? So hear me when I say stay present. You do not have the time for repeats now. Everything is going to go faster. And if you're younger, then you will be lost and you will seek guidance. And this is where the problem comes in as empaths, because your ability to discern, even though you have much higher bandwidth, you get so much more information than people that are not as sensitive as you, but you lack the ability to discern, which is why this training, this empath training, is not only instrumental, but it's imperative for you guys so that you don't get lost, so that you don't fall for the wrong guides, the wrong exits. And there's many of those out there, guys. So buckle up a little bit, become self-responsible, become proactive, and include your body. When I talk about self-love, self-care, I'm not just talking about basic needs such as sleep and food and, addictions such as substances or behaviors. I'm talking about the part here that keeps you getting stuck in your old patterns. And a lot of that is from your past. So the key element here, the key for next week, is to understand that the identification with your thoughts and your emotions is what makes you get stuck, not the circumstances. All right? We all have this power in us to become change. But the major energy that we need to, the main energy that we need to get into this courage to do these changes that are needed in our lives, we need to know what our integrity is. We need to know what we stand for. We need to know our values. And this is what gets compromised here, especially for empaths who often have issues with discerning where all these impulses are coming from, discerning whether the emotions that they're feeling are theirs or other people's. All right, so while you will feel like you want to hunker down and just sort of go into your snail home and feel safe next week, I want to encourage you to go out and challenge your ego. Make this the new habit for you to counteract your addictions and your coping mechanisms that keep you stuck where you're at, guys. You've got to understand, when it comes to self-love and self-care, this is the fundamental currency of your abundance. It's how your soul speaks to you, and you need to speak back to it. That's why it's so important that you become proactive. All right, you can't just sit there and wait for things to happen. The things that are happening right now in the world are disconcerting. They are very shaky. They're very explosive. All right, so just pulling the cover above your head is not going to make this undone. It's not going to make this go away. That's the kind of strict love that I was mentioning earlier. So buckle up, all right? Know what your pitfalls are. Know what can trigger you back into your past, what makes you stuck, and reflect instead. Go inside, communicate with your soul. Allow this time to be your time to wake up and grow into, expand into your soul self. This whole time right now is all about making a stance for your soul. And the only part of you that can understand, contextualize, and interpret what your soul speaks to you is your heart. So don't shy away from feeling, and understand that this deeper inner reflection, and thank you, Nadia, for sharing that you meditate every day and that this helps you. This helps you to communicate with your soul. All right, because the way your soul speaks, only your heart can understand this. Yes. Let other people know that what they're experiencing right now is not just them, okay? This is happening for all of us. You just happen to have more practice. And let those young empaths know that there's nothing wrong with them, that they need to train this, that they need to learn how to meditate, that they need to learn how to ground themselves, how to center themselves, and how to self-clear themselves, how to take care of their body. All right? So let me close this energy update here for you on Instagram with just a very simple word or phrase that hopefully speaks to your soul. When you can feel your soul, it feels like love. Everything that is true is beautiful. Being connected with your soul self feels like love, guys, and this is why you guys have been so susceptible to all these toxic relationships, because you're looking for your soul self in the other. Just stop doing that. Find this relationship with your own soul self now. Bye, guys, on Instagram. I'm switching to Facebook now. Thank you for your patience. Sorry for the chaos. That's a good taste here for next week. It's going to be a little chaotic. All right? Love you guys. Bye-bye.